Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
FearX against DRX, and the Foxes, they're coming from the blue side with Cleon, Cassante, Willon, Sejuani, close on Akali, Henong, Saya, and Execute on Rockon. And for DRX on the red side, it is Rascal on Aatrox, Sponge on Maokai, Satep on Azir, Teddy on Senna, and Platter on Tom Kench. The first strike was secured by the Foxes after 7 minutes, and it is Execute flashing in with a knockup onto Satep. Down goes the Azir, and first blood goes to Closer. We're already 5 minutes later at the second dragon. Closer, he's taking a heavy beating, has to be careful, the Dawning Shadow connects as well, but now the Foxes, they turn for Rascal on the Aatrox. He's a pretty easy target yet, but it bought enough time for the rest of his team to secure the objective. And we go in for Herald. It's a battle between Willa and Sponge. Willa, he wins the smite fight, but the eye is still lying around at the pit. But Sponge, he sent it to the permafrost, is taking a bit of damage yet. The eye gets secured by Willa and Clear. And Clear on the Cassante pulls, and Sponge with his charge Q. Closer with a perfect execution, and down goes to Maokai. And so the Foxes, they pick up the Herald, and they pick up a kill. And now we take a look at Closer. 17 minutes into the game, he goes in. Perfect execution into the Shuriken flip. The 4-point strike, the dash back, and then the Azir. It's just gone faster than I can speak. And Rascal in the top lane. It will take a bit longer to take down the Aatrox, but in the end he cannot withstand 3 Foxes, and they will tear down the turret just moments after it. The third dragon is up, the Foxes are about to take it down. We take a look at Closer, he's doing it again, taking out Satep on the Azir, but now he has to run for his life. Teddy's coming in, but he's not fast enough to take out the Akali, and we take a look back into the river. Sponge is taking a heavy beating. Rascal goes in with a dash Q, but unclear with a Pathmaker. And Hannah takes the kill on the Maokai, his first of the game. And after 20 minutes we see Platter in some grave danger, but he flashes out of it. Shelly is sneaking in, crushing into the outer mid lane, but it will stand for a moment as we see the bot lane outer crumbling. And now the outer in the mid lane is gone. After almost 24 minutes, we see Clear running away from Rascal, Sponge, and the rest of the crew. He's using his all out on the Maokai. Willis there is trying somehow to help him, but it is just too much, even for a Cassante. He will go down. The Foxes, still with a gold lead of almost 5k. They will collect Soul Point after 25.5 minutes, and another minute later we see Satep again having a hard time against Closer. The Akali lets the perfect execution live up to its name as Rascal comes in, taking some revenge at least. And DRX now, stealing away the dragon. No Dragon Soul yet for the Foxes. DRX also breaks the outer turret on the mid lane, and after 34 minutes only, it is the Baron burned down by the Foxes. Execute almost suffered 100-0. Clear on the Cassante in the front line, pulling in Sponge with his charge Q. He then gets stunned in the permafrost and stumped into the river mud. The first inner turret broke in on the sides of DRX, and just a minute later, on the bot side jungle, it is Execute going in on the Rockon. Won't find nothing but air with his dread entrance. Instead it is Satep shuffling in, but he only finds Clear on the Cassante, and so Satep pops. Rascal will follow into the grey screen, and now it is the Foxes obtaining the mighty Infernal Dragon Soul. And with it, and a gold lead of 7,000, they're now in the driver's seat as they tear down the second inner turret, and now they go for the Baron Nashor. 41.5 minutes into the game, they burn down the purple worm, and DRX are now trying to find any kills, but here comes Execute with a flash grand entrance into the quickness, and this time he finds everybody. The river turns red, it is a massacre, and the Foxes, after around 42 minutes, they will take the lead in this series. Game number 2, DRX now coming in from the blue side with Rascal on Cassante, Sponge on Sejuani, Satep on LeBlanc, Teddy on Jinx, and Platter on Tom Kench. And for the Foxes, it is Clear on Udyr, Willa on Rel, Close on Azir, and Hannah and Execute. They go in with Saya and Rockon. The first strike is secured by Sponge for DRX. The Foxes, they will take all the 3 Void Drums, and we go into the mid lane to see Satep dashing in. He will be pushed by Pearl Phalanx, has a Mimic to dash back in. The Ethereal Chains connect for the stun. The Glacial Prison for the follow-up to keep close on place, and it's first blood drawn by Sponge. And after almost 10 minutes, it is Platter on the Tom Kench being put in the CC chain of hell. And down he will go. Hannah picks up his first kill of the game. The next dragon goes to DRX again. We're in for the Herald. Will be a smite fight, won by Willow. And the Foxes, they take the Herald, and with it, they go for the retreat. And it is Rascal. He finds Willow, pulls him in with his charge Q, the Pathmaker, the all out, and then Willow with a flash crash down, finds the escape, though being low. Execute now diving in to protect clear. Rascal now dashing in, pulls in closer, uses his phalanx, he's very low, takes another shot from the Jinx, and on Satap flashes in, and with an auto, he puts him into the grey screen. On the bottom left screen, we see Shelly crushing into the outer mid lane turret of DRX, and we go into bot side river. 17 minutes into the game. Spongy gets knocked up, loses a whole lot of HP, but the Arctic assaults out of there, and on the other side it is Willow now, taken out by Satap for the second kill. The Foxes, they will get away, except for Clear, who's not reaching the blast cone into safety. And so will be Teddy on the Jinx, picking up his first kill, and DRX. They pick up the third dragon as well. It is already soul point for them, but in the top lane, it is close and return, tearing down the first turret. The outer turret of their side falls just a minute later, and another minute later we see Sponge coming in the mid lane. A little bit of a jump scare, but it won't help them much. The turret goes down, closer with the Emperor's Divide, putting Rascal, but especially Sponge, back into the danger zone, and down goes the Sejuani, but down goes closer as well, taken out by Teddy, and down goes the outer turret in the bot lane on the side of the Foxes, and we're 23 minutes into the game to see this here. Satap barely makes his way out of there alive by Willow with a beautiful Magnet Storm. And then Closer with a 4-man Emperor's Divide. Hannah finds the kill on Teddy. Closer goes down, but Hannah, he's on a triple kill now. Makes it a quadra as he takes out Rascal as well. Only Satap was limping away, and it is Baronisha for the Foxes. And a minute later, they go and trying to deny DRX the Dragon Soul. Sponge, he's getting low, but he secures the Dragon. Just before he goes down, it's Infernal Soul for DRX. But they already lost Sponge and Rascal. But they haven't yet lost Satap, and he's just going against everybody on the back line. He finds the kill on Closer, gets devoured by Platter. Teddy's firing on all cylinders. The Foxes take on, but Satap, he finds another 2 kills. Triple kill for him before he pops, and then Willow limping away, clear. He's just too tanky to be taken out as well. He finds the kill on Teddy, and now he's chasing down Platter. It takes a while, but in the end, the Tom Kench goes down. The Foxes, they lost 3. They lost the Dragon, but they scored an ace. And now we take a look at Execute. A little bit greedy there on the recall. He's found, he's trapped, he's doomed. Teddy takes kill number 3. But here's Execute now flying into the backline with his battle dance and his quickness. He finds everybody, but Teddy, he gets devoured by Platter. Put it to safe ground, Closer tries to find him, but he won't reach him. The Jinx puts the Azir into the death chamber. Double kill, triple kill for Teddy. And in the meantime, found the kill on Sponge. But the Foxes, they lost 3, and they will lose this purple worm as well. But the game will be decided around this Elder Dragon. DRX safety in front of Dragon Soul. They have Satap dashing in and out, causing a bit of confusion. And Rascal, he goes in, he finds the backline where Teddy is firing on all cylinders. On the Foxes, they just get evaporated. DRX is just shredding through the health bars. They score an ace. They don't even eat the Elder Dragon. They just go directly for an Nexus. And so, this series will be tied. Game number 3. DRX coming in from the blue side with Rascal on Udi, Sponge on Sejuani, Satap on LeBlanc, Teddy on Varus, and Platter on Nautilus. On the Foxes, they come in with Cleon Cassante, Will on Gragas, Close on Yasu, Hannah on Xayah, and Execute on Rakon. Almost 5 minutes into the game, Willa in the enemy jungle, going against Sponge, followed by Closer. Satap comes in as well, and so do both supporters. And it will be Willa drawing first blood before he gets sent back to the fountain. Both junglers are taken out, and Platter follows into the grey screen. 2 for 1 for the Foxes, and first blood. We just saw Sponge taking the first 3 Void Grubs, and now we see a battle between the 2 top laners. And it looks like Clear on a Cassante will keep the upper hand, and so he does. It's a Solo Bolo going to the top lane of the Foxes. And now we see Closer, Execute, and Willa going for a triple knock-up onto Satap. taking out the LeBlanc. The first dragon got secured by DRX, and now it is Bladder. Flash dodging, follows up with a dredge line. The hell of arrows rains down. Execute is ignited and taken out. And at the same time, it is clear in a 1v2 against Rascal, and Spongy's put into the glacial prison. Even a Cassante cannot run away from death there. Spongy secures all the 6 Void Grunts, and here he comes in onto closer with the glacial prison. Will on the Gragas immediately comes for help, and then it's a cask into the last breath of closer onto Teddy, but he flashes away. And in the end, closer and Execute are running for their lives, but they cannot escape the Varus. Double kill for Teddy. And just half a minute later, Sponge secures the next dragon. We will have an infernal map, and we see Satep there. On the LeBlanc, he's trapped in between Closer, Execute, and Hannah. He's losing half of his life, a little bit more. Satep, hoping for a brief moment he could punish him, but it will be in vain. And now it is Teddy, ganking Willa in his own jungle on the Varus on 1.5 items. He takes out the Gragas. On the bottom left screen, we see the Herald. Taken by DRX, they destroy the outer turret on the top lane and speed ramp a little bit through this because they will have to trade in the outer turret on the bot lane. And here comes Shelly, crashing into the tier 1. After 16.5 minutes, Clear destroys the outer top lane turret for the Foxes. And 19 minutes into the game, it's potential soul point for DRX. But Execute and Closer, they have other plans. They find the backline, they find Teddy for the knock-up at the last breath of Closer. Teddy, he's down. Bladder, the bot lane of DRX is taken out. Closer survives with little HP. And look at Rascal on the hood here. Pulled out of the air and stomped into the ground. The Foxes, they take 4 kills and the dragon. And we go in for the purple worm another 3 minutes later. Bunch on the bottom side screen is kept away from the pit by Clear. Rascal is trying to disrupt the Foxes while they're burning down the Baron. Only 2,000 life points left. It will come down to a smite fight and Sponge wins it. And everybody solo for the follow-up team fight. Hannah's running away from the pit. But Teddy on the other side went down as well. And now Sponge and Satep, 3 men down on the sides of DRX. Bladder will follow until the grey screen wall on the sides of the Foxes. They lost only Close and Execute. And 2 minutes later, we take a look at Clear with the Pathmaker onto Rascal. The Udyr is taking a huge chunk of damage. Then he gets pulled in by the Q of Clear and taken out. The turret goes down, and we're not done yet here. Sponge, he's calling for a re-engage, but he's the only one, and there's just no follow-up. The Sejuani gets burnt down. Can he get away? No. Execute finds the kill. Bladder now, falling victim as well to the vacillation of DRX. And they will not only be punished with 2 kills, but with the next dragon, and they're in a bot lane turret. And then it is again Execute, caught under recall by Satep. Sponge throws his bowler for the stun, and down goes to Rakon. And DRX being 5k gold behind. They're now looking for the purple worm, and they are ready to coin flip it. The Foxes, they're closing in, and Bladder, he closes in on Closer, knocks him up with a death charge. The health bar of Closer is disappearing. But then on the left side it's Willa, finding the knock up on Teddy, and so Closer can use his last breath to take out the ADC of DRX. Bladder went down already, Satep as well. And now the Foxes are hunting down everything with a blue health bar. Rascal is kept from recalling by Execute. And so the rest of FearX can go for the big prize and take home the series.